In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what makes him so amazing at trying to read defenses and what they are doing to him so that he can absolutely destroy them. Now, if you want to be able to read defenses like Shai and many other NBA shooting guards, make sure to go check out the Ultimate Shooting Guard Blueprint that is down in the description below. It's going to give you a workout plan and everything so that you can become the best shooting guard possible. Now let's get down. And let's check out Shai. Okay, so right now they are in transition. Shai has the ball right there. The one thing that he is doing extremely well, obviously you have to be able to do this at the NBA level, is he has his head up and he's scanning the floor. On his way down, at this point, he has decided, okay, I have a guy who's in front of me who is currently on his heels. He's not going to be able to defend me at my full speed if I try to attack him, especially with a defender to his left side who is not even looking at me. And Joker is behind him, but I don't think he cares because Joker's not exactly as fast as he is. So Shai at this point attacks his defender really hard. He gets his shoulder and elbow into the chest of that defensive player. Remember, this is where his foot is, so this is where his land is, and making contact with the defender is totally legal as long as you own that ground. And because he was able to create that contact first, he was able to create a gap between himself and that defender. This is what allows him to be able to finish at the rim. And he's finishing with his right hand, not because of not being able to go left or anything. It is all because of Gordon right here. Because he knows that Gordon's not going to be able to turn around in time when he attacks that rim, so that he knows if he goes on the left side, Jamal's got it. Right? So by going back over to his right, he knows that Gordon's got no chance. So that's why you would finish on the right side. In this case, that's why you scan early to know what defenders are doing. Okay, so coming off of this screen, he tries to attack hard because, of course, Jokic is not going to be as fast as he is. Now, they are walling up in the key. They are defending each side. They're over-helping on each side. So they're trying to take away the key from Shai. And then Jokic is able to sprint and get in front. That's all he really cares about. He's not going to be able to defend Shai. So just by sprinting to try and get in front, just to cut off the lane to the basket, is all he is trying to do at this point until Jamal Murray is able to recover and continue playing defense. Shai makes that contact. He then reverses back out of that situation. The other team at this point have walled up. They do not want Shai in the key. Most players at this point would pass the ball off and get rid of it and say, yeah, you guys try. But what does he do? Well, Jamal overplays this side. He's now giving this lane, and while Jokic is a fantastic player and so is Westbrook, those are two guys that if I'm Shai, I want to try and get them fouled out of the game. So at this point, Shai attacks that right side. He gets Jamal Murray in jail, but these guys cut him off early, which means that he either needs to pass or he needs to figure out how to be able to get a shot in that area. And how he does that is right here. He's able to cut off the path of Jamal Murray, and then he slightly jumps forward. What he's trying to do here is he's trying to draw the foul. Because he made contact with Jamal and then he jumps away, he is trying to draw a foul at this point. Am I saying for you to do this? No. Do not flop. Do not do this. You're going to get your coaches yelling at you if you miss that shot. So unless you practice it 6 million times, don't do this in game. But what I'm trying to say is when somebody overplays you, at this point, if you can get in front of them, and then if you could even get a little bit more in front of them to totally cut them off, at this point, they have to go over your back to block your shot. And unless they have a total of a foot on your height, they're not going to be able to block your shot. So if Shai just slid over just a little bit more and went straight up and straight down into a shot, there would be not much that Jamal Murray would have been able to do. However, this is Shai and he tries to draw the foul. I really like this next move that Shai does, and this is something that I'm trying to teach a lot of different players right now. He dribbles up. If your man is pretty much standing straight, and obviously Shai is here too. The other team is walling up. They really do not want Shai in that key. So Shai has to live this game out on the perimeter unless he wants to try and draw fouls inside the key if he's even able to. So what does he do right here? Just a quick jab dribble. What this does is this gets the heels of that defender down onto the ground. As soon as that happens, his hands are down, heels are on the ground, he is a dead man. Shai goes up, and then he's able to make that shot. Now right here, Shai's got the ball. He's coming up that left side. He gets a screen because he attacked hard off that switch. he now has Jokic on him. And some of the things that Shai likes to try to do is he tries to get his arm hooked into yours. As soon as you start running alongside him, he tries to get his arm hooked in, which is why at this point, let me just rewind just a little bit and I'll try to pause it right when it happens. So watch Jokic's arm. Shai is trying to hook it at this time. However, Jokic gets his arm up away from Shai, but because he tried to make that contact first, he was able to get that slightly pretty well open shot. He was able to make it. Obviously, he practices these, but if you just make contact inside of the arm of that player, and you do this a lot, and you draw a lot of fouls doing this is a very smart strategy, then players on the defensive side are going to be trying to get away from you because they don't want to get foul calls, and you can get yourself wide open shots. This is a wide open shot. Ball is up in the set point and nobody's arms are up to defend. It's a wide open shot in my opinion. Okay, so right here, I really want you to see this move, but how he and why he does it against the player who is defending him. So he has Jokic right here defending him. He attacks Jokic trying to go down the middle of the key. But at this point, obviously, you can't really necessarily do this in AAU ball. You kind of can, depends on the refs. But right here, he takes a step with his left foot, takes a dribble on his right, takes another step with his left, but watch how his hand is gliding on the side of that ball. He has not taken technically a step as of yet. He dribbled going from right to left, but now he's on his left foot and the ball is gliding in his hand. Being able to have this kind of control, being able to land on 2 feet. Now, this would be the 0 step in FIBA as well as NBA. FIBA, the whole entire world except for AAU, uses it. And then he's able to step through. Totally legal move. He's only taken 1 step according to the NBA and FIBA rulebook. And technically, you may be able to get away with this in AAU. Most referees will allow it. And then he's able to step through. But the reason why he did this is because he's going into Jokic. Normally, when you do a move like this into a big man, you would try and make contact, but Jokic ran right by him, which then opened up this left lane. That's why this move worked. This move would have also worked if he made contact with Jokic while Jokic was running in that direction. However, Jokic just ran by him anyway, so it didn't necessarily matter. So make sure, if you want to become one of the best shooting guards in your class, make sure to go get that blueprint to the shooting guard. It is absolutely amazing because what it's going to be able to teach you is all the different reads and all of the different things that you need to know what to do in that shooting guard position. But at the same time, it's going to give you a workout for weightlifting as well as being able to jump higher and drills so that you can train to become a better shooting guard. So definitely go check that out, whether you are a player or a coach. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.